Jake was always searching for the next great adventure. Urban exploration, abandoned places, the thrill of stepping into a forgotten world. He lived for it. So when he heard about Blackwood Asylum, a long-abandoned mental hospital hidden deep in the mountains, he knew he had to see it for himself. The asylum had been shut down decades ago under mysterious circumstances. Some said the patients disappeared. Others claimed the doctors performed horrific experiments in secret. The official records were vague, but one thing was clear: no one who went looking for answers ever came back. That didn't stop Jake. Armed with a flashlight, a camera, and his curiosity, he hiked through the overgrown path leading to the asylum. The building loomed ahead, its stone walls cracked with age, windows shattered like jagged teeth. A faded "Keep Out" sign hung by the rusted front gate. Jake ignored it. Pushing open the heavy wooden doors, he stepped inside. The air was thick with dust, the scent of mildew clinging to everything. His footsteps echoed in the vast, empty halls. Rusted wheelchairs sat abandoned. Papers littered the floor, their ink faded and smeared. Then he heard a faint shuffle. Jake froze, his flashlight sweeping the dark hallway. "Hello," his voice barely carried in the suffocating silence. No answer. Brushing it off, he continued deeper into the asylum. The further he went, the more wrong everything felt. The graffiti-covered walls gave way to strange markings, carvings etched deep into the stone. They weren't words. They were symbols, twisting and jagged. He checked his camera. The screen flickered, then laughter. Faint, childlike, echoing through the hall. Jake turned, heart pounding. The hallway behind him stretched longer than it had before. He was sure he had only walked a few steps, but now the entrance was gone, swallowed by the dark. A door creaked open ahead. His flashlight flickered that a figure stood in the doorway. It was a doctor, or what was left of one. His coat was torn, his face hidden beneath a rusted surgical mask. His head twitched, his fingers curled around something in his hand. A scalpel. Jake stepped back. "Okay, I'm leaving." The doctor moved. Not walked, glided. Too fast. Too silent. Jake turned and ran. His boots pounded against the tile, breath coming in ragged gasps. The hallways twisted, looping in on themselves. Doors slammed on their own. The whispers began: "You shouldn't be here. Stay with you." Jake. His flashlight died, darkness swallowed him. The last thing Jake saw was a room full of empty beds, except for one. A bed with restraints. A bed waiting for him. The next morning, hikers found Jake's camera near the asylum gates. The footage was corrupted, except for the last few seconds. A single frame. Jake, strapped to a hospital bed. His eyes wide in terror. And behind him, the doctor, holding a scalpel. Smiling. Jake was never seen again. But at night, if you stand outside Blackwood Asylum, you might hear it. His screams echoing through the halls, still searching for a way out, still trapped inside forever.